I'm Brian Lau with the Ladd Group at Cascade Sotheby's International Realty. I'm here to talk about what happened in 2018 in the housing market. It was a very dynamic year. We're going to hopefully try to understand where we're going in 2019 and how it can help you as a buyer or seller of real estate here in Bend, Oregon. Bend has some headwinds that we're dealing with right now, and they are primarily based on two things: affordability and supply. We simply don't have enough homes on the market for sale, which has caused an upward pressure on appreciation. In the years that immediately followed the Great Recession from about 2008 to 2012, there was very little construction here in Bend, and the amount of homes that builders have been able to put on simply have not met that demand, and it's caused a dramatic push on prices. Interest rates have been at the all-time historical lows. Just a few years ago, we were down in the low 3% range. We're now bumping up against about that 5%. And while that's only 1.5 points, that can have a dramatic impact on the affordability for your monthly payment. So where do we go from here? What I'm seeing is a lot of talk about recession. There's not a direct correlation between recession and housing corrections. I think that's a common misnomer, especially for a lot of us that came off of the Great Recession of 2007-8, when housing prices and the economy both had a recession at the same time. We're going to have more constrained appreciation and a slightly lower amount of sales trading here in Bend. I think this is more of a normal market, and I think it's a good thing. So as we go forward into 2019, I think it's going to be a more nuanced market, and you're really going to have the data at your fingertips on understanding how to navigate it. In 2018, the overall market appreciated at 7.4%, but when you look at the $1 million and up category, it actually only appreciated 1.2%, and that's actually a couple point decrease off of its high that we saw in the first quarter of 2018. For a buyer, finally, you have a little bit more opportunity to have a more methodical decision and a little bit more negotiating power. Inventory's up. That said, it's still low. It's about 3 months inventory, and for a truly balanced market between buyers and sellers, you'd like to see 6 months. And for sellers, I think you need to acknowledge that you've had a great run. If you've owned property in Bend for more than a few years, and it's not a time to be greedy. There are some headwinds with affordability, especially on the upper price ranges. Interest rates haven't done us any favor, and the lack of supply hasn't done us any favor. It's no longer a market where you take the most recent sale in your neighborhood and extrapolate that to a higher price. You need to be spot on if you want to sell in this market, and it's not a time to be greedy. And before we go, I just want to close with gratitude. Gratitude for our clients that have allowed us to work with them in 2018 and grow this amazing and talented group of agents that are part of my team. I'm incredibly proud of them, and we look forward to serving you in the years that come.